Alright guys, welcome to the video. I hope you guys will enjoy this one. This is going to be a little bit more informational because a few of you were asking for some tips on bench, and I decided I would finally make a video compiling some of the things that worked on my bench. So without further ado guys, let's get right into this, and I'm going to have some clips going up from my bench over the last couple days. Like what it's mainly going to be is going to be from my most recent bench day. I hit 265 for a set of 3. You guys should be seeing a warm-ups right about now. Warmed up at 185 and 225, moved really well. 265 for 3 was really nice. And then 250 for back off sets of 3, and then I think 225 for 3x5, but I only recorded one of those sets of 5. So still really solid, very happy with how it went. So without further ado guys, let's get into the specifics. So for those who have been around my channel for a while, you'll know that my bench wasn't always something that I was like super proud of. Like it took me a long time to figure out what worked for my bench and what helped it progress. But now that I have, I definitely am really glad, and I want to share that information because it took me so long. You know, if I could help someone on that journey, maybe figure out what works for them a little faster, that would be awesome because then they don't have to, you know, waste time. But for the longest time, I thought that to get a stronger bench, you had to keep pushing your bench. You had to, you know, work in a high level of intensity and stuff like that. I see a lot of people doing that. And it is important to have to work with high percentiles at certain times. That is really important, but what I found is more important is actually balancing volume and intensity. What I mean is that the majority of my bench work, the majority of the work I do with any of my lifts, it's underneath the 85 percentile. When I say 85 percentile, for those who don't know, if let's say my 1 rep max is 400 pounds for something like, for any lift, right? Then I'm working, most of my working weight is under 85% of 400 pounds. I don't feel like doing the math right now. But I still work above that 85 percentile, and I work with higher RPEs. So I'll have like one day, for instance, with my programming, every 2 weeks I have one day where I do hit that high percentile, but then I'll immediately do back off weight. And the important thing for me is accumulating volume. Accumulating volume is what's gonna actually help increase your bench the most, or any lift in particular, but definitely with my bench, that has helped the most. So for instance, I'm just gonna like briefly outline a few aspects of my training. I might, for instance, do a 5x5 with bench, right, as like the main movement, and then I'll do that with a very, like, the percentile will be pretty manageable, very manageable RPE, because those are the things that really have the most carryover. So I'd say the volume, and then the next most important thing is working, like I said, on your weak points, because my bench used to be really bad off my chest, but then I started doing pause bench because I need to for competition, and then my chest started getting really good stimulus. Like the stimulus that it was getting from bench was way better, so my chest started developing really fast, and now my strength off my chest is much better. I'm very explosive here, but now, for instance, my tricep strength hasn't caught up enough. So what I do now is I do things like banded bench press, and before, when I was trying to get my chest stronger, I was doing spoto press, which I still do because it's an absolutely great movement. And I put a decent amount of volume there, but the most important thing is still to remember that at the end of the day, if you want to get your bench press stronger, you need to bench, and you need to bench more. So that means you need to get a lot of time under the bar, and you need to make sure you're hitting in volume. The most volume, I have one day of the week on my power cycle, which means that I'm working with higher intensities, where I'm hitting 12 sets of bench. Now, 3 of those sets are in a 3 rep range, but the rest of the sets are all very high volume, at least sets of 5 or higher. So, you know, based off that, I'm building a ton of volume. And I'm slowly progressing those back off sets too, because I'm noticing that if you nudge them a little bit, like as the RPE drops, you nudge them a little higher, maybe by 5 pounds, and that little difference, it adds up a lot. So definitely guys, bench is one of those lifts, you gotta take it slow. It's about making sure that you're making consistent progress, you know, like make sure that you're working with very manageable RPEs, because as you keep on progressing and building up more volume, all that built up volume will most definitely transcend to a bigger 1 rep max, as long as you're also working with higher intensities, but you're balancing it. Because if you're doing too much higher intensities and you're failing all the time, that's not gonna help either. That's what I'm trying to say guys, I think that volume is key. So I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you have any specific questions on like how to set up volume structures, let me know. Like how you want to do your programming, let me know. I'll try to help out. But I will be opening up coaching within the next couple of months, probably around the time of the summer. I want to first of all build a bit of a bigger following before I do that, but not just that. I also want to get more experience, guys. I'm working with a few people right now and they're making a ton of progress. Absolutely a ton of progress. And once I'm more confident in myself, then I will definitely open that up, because as a coach, I want to be there for my athletes 100%. You know, I want to give them all of my attention and make sure they're doing the best they can, and I'm helping them as much as I can. So that's about it, guys, for the video. I hope you enjoyed. You know, this is very basic. A lot of this stuff is very, very basic. There's no like great secret answer to it, but the basics are how you get stronger, guys. Like, there's no secret technique. You need to build up volume and your bench will increase, no doubt about it. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll see you guys all in the next video, and peace out.